다가도 소배하는 우지당 아니 소미 근데 자가시행 menos namase and couldn't namase samalo Australia into the those tuning them the chagadeji and a certain answer out of little
the president and board of the Conrad Hilton Humanitarian Foundation and the members of the jury for the prize and also representatives of the recipient organization IRCT and distinguished guests. It's a great pleasure and honor for me to participate in this ceremony to honor the work of a great humanitarian organization.
And the chaga nangengi takana sobadi when it Gomba Jachimbu Sheshe, Chitinic Tone, Tachaganayagi, Jizut in the Chita, 7 Himbari, the Chita Tali Kiriari. Sangeti shifted the Shingimeti, in it to stand Ruptu Sevina, Paji, Manachita, Casur Pujan Ringo. And how the net on Angelia, she. 다 미강의 먼구지 다 크도 강에 써야 돼요. 그 탑시지 다 깨지면 잘해. 레디네 자와 다 꾸는 개발래. 이 고강에 책임이 있잖아요. 지금 미직다 삼려 난게 지금 남도 다 가다지 그게 견제 지금 남도 늘 도나치아야 공근난가지 쓰이지. 지금 내주 통소 샤들이샤 다침보다 덤링고 뭐신지래샤.
The Conrad Hilton Humanitarian Foundation has been established to promote humanitarian work and particularly to promote humanitarian work that would extend towards the long-term well-being of human beings on this planet. And although I'm not familiar with the details of the ideas behind the establishment of the foundation, but one fact that I was informed, which deeply impressed me, was the farsightedness of the vision of the founder of this foundation, and particularly his interest in understanding the psychological dynamics that are embedded in the human psyche, particularly as it is expressed in various human emotions such as aggression and so on. So this deeply impressed me.
내 남주다와 또 자오가도 가이나야 가다 꾸는게 개발래 아니 팬베 정신다 내베 정신다 로데기 요아래 저들이 늦잖아요 꾸는 거 좀발이야 상담이 쉽게 좀 그랬어 삼정기
This kind of far-sighted sort of vision into understanding the deep laws of human psychology which lies behind the human action resonates my own personal belief that if you examine human actions, whatever actions that human beings engage in, most of them are really determined by a human heart or a mindset underlying those actions. So it is very important to understand, in order to understand human action, to understand the motivation and the mindset that underlies these various actions.
I think, for example, the real demarcation, violence and non-violence, is ultimately depend on the motivation. The motivation, I say, the sense of caring, sense of sort of concern. For example, like I think the parent takes serious concern about their own children, or teacher who seriously taking concern about the future or study, not only study but also long future of the student, then sometimes in order to stop their certain sort of behavior which ultimately harmful to themselves. So as a sort of preventive nature, sometimes may use harsh word. I don't know whether use some physical action, that I don't know. I think some parent, in my own case, when I was small, one day, my father, then I already become Dalai Lama in Lhasa. So in my kitchen, traditionally, no service pork. Where?
No pork served.
No egg, no pork, no fish. So one day, my father is enjoying pork. Oh, looks very, very delicious. So I just sit beside him, just like dog. Oh, expect something from him. Then he gave me some pieces of pork, very delicious. But anyway, so my father is very good for say mustache. So he always, whenever he enjoy meat, then the fat,
the fat,
fat is put on his mustache. So then one day, my motivation, just to tease my father, I pull his mustache, and he lost his temper. A little physical action, and also harsh word. So like that, such things are essentially non-violence. But on the other hand, if someone who really want to cheat someone or want to take advantage, but use non-violent method, nice words, smile, and even, I think, some gift. But real motivation, deep inside, try to exploit or try to harm. That is essentially violence. Because the motivation, want to harm. So I think that's a clear sort of the example. The violence and non-violence much depend on the motivation. So any human activities, I think activities itself, more or less, I think, neutral. Or education, or science research, and many other business. But if we, with certain motivation, and then use in order to achieve certain sort of goal, which not beneficial to other, or sometimes some a harmful sort of goal. For example, education. The sophisticated human mind, you realize some harmful goal. Then that sort of knowledge then become negative. Even I think religious teaching, with certain motivation, use religion for some other purpose. Then even that religious teaching also can be destructive. Although religious teaching is, of course, I think the instrument to bring humanity inner peace. But due to certain motivation and certain goal, and use religion, religious faith, I think especially religious faith is very much related with the emotion. So if manipulate that, sometimes it's dangerous. So like science is very important, very useful if you use properly. If you use wrong way, then these awful destructive powers also, you see, come as a result of, development of science and technology. So therefore, motivation is, I think, very, very important. So I always try to promote right kind of motivation. What is right kind of motivation? a sense of concern of other. On the basis, realize all brothers, sisters are same human being, all have same right. And also, from the selfish viewpoint, we individual, no matter how powerful or how sort of successful or how much, powerful or wealthy or something, but still we are part of the society, part of the humanity. So naturally, individual future much depend on the society. Society, peace, calm, friendly, compassionate society. Then each of the member of the society get the benefit. If the society as a whole, lack of human affection, then whole society, atmosphere, something cool, then individual, everyone eventually suffer. So I always try to make it clear, compassionate motivation. Compassion is something very, very precious thing. So, the property, Gunung Toilet, those commercial show you already sometimes. That the name, the software and the Chaga, Shegendi, and Sobachi, that and that, say that. that chimig, that's Tubunong, Tubutan, the negative, Tungeg not there was Tandalia, that's Halanang, Soba Chadiari, Shadalabchamusha.
So, hearing about the founder of this foundation's keen interest in understanding the deeper nature of human psychology and emotions, I felt that the foundation who is giving the honor and giving the prize, the basic philosophy of the founder resonates my own personal belief in the importance of understanding human motivation. And also today's recipient is a very important humanitarian organization that is dedicated to the welfare of torture victims, individuals who have suffered at the hand of the human aggression.
Jidanda Chulu Samanania, spirit of brothers, sisters, and some shady, and some of compassion is a cigar. That in Anzene, Tungi, Miss, Tungi, mixing not the Chivia, that children in Honacha was
in general, we find in all the great teachings of the major faith traditions of the world, emphasis on ethical ideals such as sense of community, the importance of sense of brotherhood and sisterhood of all humankind, and so on, teachings on love and compassion. So it becomes very important as members of human society to pay particular attention to the individuals who have suffered at the hand of fellow human beings, or a group of people who have suffered at the fellow human beings.
Satidi Inza, Kanzanda, Chip, Tiny Yamta, or netting Milia, Howard Zerone, Tajibu, Roram, Nangi, Sopati, Kasurbi, Chalia, just Irasho. Any Tunganion egg that me, Mongushujare, Katamotunge, Merse, Yomayone, Tamongushuji, Tupunyon, she did it. Sanga Didi, as a substitute, Jans, Sopati, the Chalanamating to share Shuna, my I use sometimes.
So I would like to take this opportunity to express my deep personal admiration to the work of today's recipient of the Humanitarian Peace, International Rehabilitation Council for the torture victims, and for their tremendously humanitarian work. And also, perhaps I could say that I could speak on behalf of millions of individuals, many of whom have no voice, whose sufferings remain very private and hidden, and who have no capacity to really express their own grievances and sufferings. So maybe on their behalf too, maybe I can take the liberty to express on their behalf deep appreciation to the organization as well.
I challenge that she member that government demic nyamta solia mixe that tado da she be the rona singedi ngone da chamz laling kerjim but secretary.
It's my belief that the work that you are engaged in paying particular attention and care to individuals and groups who are suffering at the hands of fellow human beings, this, I believe, is an act of a spiritual act of compassion and loving kindness.
So it is logical. A person who believes in the tremendous value of compassion and also sharing with many people, such person naturally have deep admiration or appreciation of those action of compassion. So I believe, as my to talk or use several times compassion from this mouth. It's just talk, just a word. Such as your organization is actually compassion implementing. So the implementation of compassion is much more difficult than just walla like that. So therefore, I admire your work. Yeah. So please continue your work, Kerry, even expand. And in order to expand, in order to increase, in order to carry their work effectively, I think moral support and also material support is, I think, necessary. So I think your award is, I think, really give them some kind of new spirit, so they may carry their work more effectively, more wider. So now I'm ready to go to my second home, India. So 3 weeks now completed. So now I'm living with a feeling of some contribution regarding peace of mind, I think, including those
security officers.
I think including those security officers. I think now some with me 3 weeks, some few days. I think at the beginning less smile, but 1 day passed, 2 days, second day, 3 days, 4 days, and it become like old friend. So I think at least they also get, I think for a short period, some kind of peace of mind. Perhaps, I hope. So our brothers, sisters, we everyone want happy life, peaceful life. And peace, happy life, or happiness must bring by ourselves. So much depends on our own way of thinking. So everyone have great potential to create happy atmosphere, happy mind. So even poor beggar, who's, I think, 1 cup of coffee is cannot manage. But these people also, same potential to become happy person. A billionaire, without knowing that, difficult to be a happy person. So on that level, whether educated or uneducated, rich, poor, this color or that color, old, young, no differences. So I think this is my last sort of engagement. So I want to share that my belief. So if you feel some interest, then important thing is experiment your day-to-day life. But if you not much interest, then enjoy food. Thank you.